This is News 3 Now at 5.
Thanks for staying with us. After a year and a half, charges are filed today in a town of Leeds homicide.
The suspect, 43-year-old Jason Kieski from West Dallas, is in the Columbia County Jail tonight on a $2 million cash bond. We have team coverage as Brady Mallory has more on the charges Kieski is facing, and Gabriella Becerra shares reaction from investigators. But let's begin tonight with Brady, who has new details from his first court appearance and what the criminal complaint says led up to the crime. Brady?
Well, Jason Kieski is charged with homicide and burglary related to the home invasion and shooting death in rural Columbia County in September 2019. Police say Keith Wolf was shot and killed when he went to investigate a sound he heard in his basement while armed with a pistol. Court documents say Kieski told investigators he randomly picked a house to burglarize because he needed money. Kieski said he got into the home through the basement and he shot Wolf as he came down the stairs. Kieski told investigators he had never met Wolf or even visited Columbia County before that night. Prosecutors asked for a high cash bond, calling him a flight risk.
And this was not a targeted act, Your Honor. This was a random act of violence carried out in the victim's home. There is a very high need in this case for the court to impose bail at a high amount to protect.
Well, the judge agreed, calling the crime a random act of violence in the extreme and citing concerns for public safety. Kieski is scheduled to be back in court on April 23rd. Gabriella Becerra was at a news conference today where we learned more about how police caught Kieski, well, thanks to a mask. Gabby?
Well, Brady, West Dallas police brought Jason Kieski into the station for questioning on a separate case. They gave him a face mask to wear during the interview, and afterwards he threw it in the trash. Well, DNA found on that face mask was able to be linked to DNA found at the scene of the crime in the town of Lee's homicide. Now, police say they also found a gun at Kieski's home that matched ballistic evidence from the crime. But it took a long time to get the break in the case. Columbia County Sheriff Roger Brandner says all of the agencies involved spent countless hours doing interviews with anyone with ties to Keith Wolf, his family, or the area.
Every single person that we could think of was a suspect from day one. And we had to work backwards to find out if anybody else that was close to Keith, that was close to Sarah, that was in the neighborhood, that were committing other crimes, were potentially involved in this homicide.
Brandner says he is happy to be able to bring closure to the family, especially since there were times they were even questioned as possible suspects. And I spoke to Wolf's brother about what it feels like to finally have answers after all of this time. And coming up on News 3 Now at 6, we'll share what he said.
Gabby, thank you. We'll see you at 6. The criminal complaint has more details on the homicide investigation. You can read it right from your phone on the News 3 Now app, which you can download for free in your phone's app store.
Now for your first warn forecast, and wow, what a day out there. Let's try to keep this going into the weekend, Gary.
I'm out here without a jacket, at least for the time being. It's really not that warm. You can stay outside for a long time without a jacket, but we hit 50 degrees for the first time since December 23rd. And on visible cloud track, we had sunshine. That made all the difference. We were thinking we were going to see some clouds late last night and early this morning. They never really developed, and so temperatures were able to get a good running start. And on Doppler track, just a few snow flurries up in northern Minnesota, about the only precipitation around of any consequence. This morning's low temperature, 23 in Madison. Most areas saw temperatures in the lower to middle 20s. High temperatures so far, lower to middle 50s from Madison westward. As warm as 55 in Boscobel, 52 La Crosse, 53 in Lone Rock. And right now, temperatures still at 50 degrees in Madison. It is starting to turn a little colder, especially closer to Lake Michigan. Notice 37 degrees in Sheboygan, and that's because they're getting a wind off of Lake Michigan as cold front starts dropping southward across the state. So by morning, we'll be back down into the middle 20s. We'll see skies turn cloudy overnight, maybe some patchy areas of fog forming. Tomorrow will be partly sunny and colder. High temperature back down at 37, which is about where we should be this time of year. But fret not, we will see temperatures back to around 40 for Friday and Saturday, and near 50 by Sunday. I'll have more details in the forecast in a few minutes.
All right, Gary, thank you. Vaccinations continue to trend up as positive COVID cases in the state declines. Health officials confirmed 539 new cases of the virus today. Nearly 35,000 doses of the COVID-19 vaccine were administered administered to Wisconsinites in the past day. Nearly 525,000, or 9% of Wisconsinites, have received both doses of a COVID vaccine, and in Dane County, nearly 67,000, or 12.2% of residents have received both doses.
After several delays and technical glitches, people living in Wisconsin can now sign up to be notified when they're able to get a COVID-19 vaccine. The Wisconsin Department of Health Services launched its long-awaited vaccine registry page today. Right now, people living in Rock County can use the site vaccinatedwisconsin.gov to schedule their COVID vaccine appointments. Everyone else can add their name to the registry to find out when they're eligible and sign up for notifications once they are. DHS says more counties will be added to the site throughout the month, and by this time next month, you'll be able to search for appointments in every county across the state. And ahead at 6, we'll walk you through exactly how to add your name to that list.
Well, more than half of all elementary-aged students in the Madison School District plan to return to in-person learning.
New survey results sent out to parents show that nearly 4,000 students in 4K through 2nd grade have chosen to come back to the classroom starting next week. Jamie Perez shares more about what we learned from the results of this survey. Jamie?
So that survey was only sent to elementary grade parents so far, and the district said that they've received about 98% of the results back. They found that 62% of its students are ready to return to in-person learning.
These are numbers that we were hoping to get from the survey.
The results are in. A couple of weeks ago, the Madison Metropolitan School District asked parents to fill out a survey indicating if their child would return for in-person learning or remain virtual. These are the results. About 62% of students in 4K through 2nd grade will be returning starting March 9th with a phased-in approach for each grade. The rest will stay virtual.
Really wanted to be sure that every family had the opportunity to make the selection of if they wanted their student to return in person or to remain virtual.
Right now, there are only return dates scheduled through 2nd grade, but 3rd through 5th graders were also able to send back their preference of learning, indicating that 62% of students in those grades will be back in the classroom when it's their turn.
I think the district has done a phenomenal job with making sure that we have our safety mitigations in place.
Parents can choose to change their minds midway through. Students who want to switch from in-person to virtual can do so at any time. But those who are switching from virtual to in-person will have to follow the district's timeline by submitting your change request from April 5th through the 12th.
We do need then time after that, which is about a 3-week period of time, to be sure that we have adequate time to change transportation routes, adequate time to be sure that we have all of the safety mitigations in place.
A third-party review firm found that after reviewing the safety measures in place and looking over the air filtration systems in schools, MMSD was more than adequate for a safe return for everyone.
So when it is time for those 3rd through 5th graders to return in person, there will be about 7,000 total elementary grade students who will be returning to in-person learning. Now, the district tells me that they have not yet sent out the survey to middle school or high school students' parents, but we will keep you updated on those survey results when they become available.
Jamie, thank you. UW-Madison's chancellor says a normal fall semester will hinge on the pace of vaccinations for faculty, staff, and students. Today, Chancellor Rebecca Blank said the university hopes to vaccinate all faculty and staff before this spring semester ends. She says students who haven't been vaccinated by the start of the fall semester will need to get vaccinated on campus. And she said if that happens, the semester will look reasonably normal.
Madison's hospitals plan to ease visitor restrictions next week due to a countywide decline in COVID cases and hospitalization. Starting Monday, Unity Point Health Meriter, UW Health, and SSM Health St. Mary's will allow 1 visitor for adult patients at hospitals and clinics. 2 support people will be allowed for pediatric patients. Visitors will be required to wear masks in all settings. Anyone experiencing COVID-19 symptoms or recently exposed to the virus should not visit. Health officials say there may be different guidance for each health system, especially regarding end-of-life and COVID-19 patients.
The Senate is getting ready to take up the House-passed American Rescue Plan. Majority Leader Chuck Schumer says the Senate could begin consideration of the president's $1.9 trillion coronavirus relief plan as soon as tonight. CBS News has confirmed President Biden struck a deal with moderate Democrats to make the $1,400 direct payments more targeted. They will now end at $80,000 for single filers and $160,000 for joint filers.
The American Rescue Plan will be the single largest anti-poverty bill in recent history.
We're adding all this money to the national debt in the name of a rescue package.
The COVID relief vote in the Senate will look different than in the House. There will be up to 20 hours of debate, followed by what's known as a vote-a-rama, in which various amendments can be proposed.
A top Wisconsin Senate Democrat is backing off a comment she made about voters being, quote, not smart.
She said it was sarcastic and a poor choice of words. Naomi Coles explains.
Top Wisconsin lawmakers were discussing the governor's budget proposal to allow voters to pass referendums that would raise local sales taxes. Republicans said that's dead on arrival. Here's what happened when Assembly Speaker Robin Vos asked what State Senator Janet Bewley thought if voters rejected a referendum like that.
So if the voters turn it down, doesn't that mean that they don't support what you're advocating for?
No, perhaps that means that they're not smart.
Do you want to rethink that? I mean, I disagree with people a lot, but I don't think people who disagree with me are dumb. I mean, you just basically say your own constituents are dumb who disagree with you.
Well, the reference to Walworth County didn't go over real well with me. So,
Assembly Speaker Robin Vos had commented on Walworth County being unique in using sales tax revenue for property tax relief. In a statement later, Senator Janet Bewley said that's what she'd taken issue with, and that those voters weren't smarter than others in her district. She said her response was a failed attempt at sarcasm, and that she should have said, quote, "It has nothing to do with being smart. It has everything to do with the Republican-controlled legislature starving local governments of the resources they need to protect their communities," end quote. Reporting for News 3 Now, I'm Naomi Coles.
And there's more to come on News 3 Now. And 5 up next, new details on that SUV crash in California that killed just over a dozen people, where investigators say those killed were coming from. And coming up tonight at 6, how couples and planners are adapting to planning a wedding during a pandemic. That story next hour. And a quick check of the markets. The rough patch rolls on. The Dow falling 121 points. The NASDAQ tumbles 361. S&P off more than 50. And we'll be right back.
Tonight on CBS, an all-new night of television, beginning with Tough as Nails at 7, followed by SEAL Team at 8 and SWAT at 9. Then get a complete wrap-up of the day's news on News 3 Now at 10.
Get the ultimate appliance deals at Furniture and Appliance Mart's Ultimate Sale. Save big on doorbusters, special buys, and clearance items from the best brands while they last. And special no-interest financing on appliances store-wide at Furniture and Appliance Mart inside Ashley Home Store off the Beltline.
Here at TSR, we turn old, cracked garage floors like this into beautiful, tough floors like this in just one day. Hi, I'm Joey with TSR Concrete Coatings, and we design high-quality, beautiful floors that can stand up to the toughest of applications and are ridiculously easy to clean. Our floors are also covered by our exclusive warranty, giving you the peace of mind knowing that your stunning new floor is protected for life. Visit the website or call the number below for your new floor today.
You may not know them. The coffee shop owner who knows your order. The couple who saves your seats. The family down the street who greets you with a smile. They've been there for you. Now you can be there for them. Donate today and help our friends and neighbors keep their power on.
At U.S. Cellular, we believe everyone deserves 5G. Not just New York and LA, but the millions of people in cities like yours, like Milwaukee, Rock Island, and Des Moines. That's why we're including 5G on all plans, no extra charge. Because everywhere matters, like Economawalk, Claysville, Prineville. U.S. Cellular has included 5G on all plans, no extra charge. Get unlimited data as low as $30 a month. U.S. Cellular.
Imagine yourself in a new Toyota.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Sweet.
With great deals, get ready to turn your dreams into reality.
Hurry in, because right now you can get $1,500 customer cash on a spacious new 2021 Highlander or Highlander Hybrid.
Ready, set, go get your Toyota today.
Toyota, let's go places.
Get the ultimate style for the ultimate deal at Ashley Home Store's Ultimate Sale. Save big on everything in the store, including doorbusters up to 50% off. Plus, take bonus discounts off our sale prices online and in-store. And no interest financing for 3 years. Ashley Home Store.
Hey folks, Thursday morning, the story of a Wisconsin woman who's battling an aggressive form of breast cancer.
But it's how she's getting herself through it that's leaving a positive impact across the 608. The video you'll only see on News 3 Now this morning.
Vaccination frustration.
The day before I was supposed to get it, I got a call canceling the appointment.
And she's not alone. Why are so many COVID vaccinations being postponed? News 3 Now gets answers from local health officials. Thursday at 10. You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
The Border Patrol says 13 people killed in a Southern California crash were among 44 people who entered the U.S. through a hole cut into the border fence with Mexico. Border Patrol officials say surveillance video shows a Ford Expedition and a Chevy Suburban driving through the opening on Tuesday. It's believed they were part of a migrant smuggling operation. That Suburban carried 19 people, and it caught fire after entering the U.S. All escaped that vehicle and were taken into custody by Border Patrol agents. The Expedition, on the other hand, crammed with 25 people, continued on. A short time later, it was hit by a semi, killing 13 people. 10 of the 13 killed have been identified as Mexican citizens.
Capitol Police say they have intelligence showing there is a possible plot by a militia group to breach the U.S. Capitol tomorrow. It comes nearly 2 months after a mob of supporters of then-President Trump stormed the building to try to stop Congress from certifying President Joe Biden's victory. The new threat appears to be connected to a far-right conspiracy theory, mainly promoted by supporters of QAnon, that Trump will rise again to power on March 4th. That was the original presidential inauguration day until 1933, when it was moved to January 20th.
The White House says it is assessing the situation after rockets hit a military base in Iraq overnight that houses around 2,000 U.S.-led coalition troops. The attack on Al-Assad Air Base is the first since the U.S. struck Iran-backed militia targets in Syria last week. Wednesday's attack targeted the same base that Iran struck in January of last year, injuring dozens of U.S. servicemen in what was the largest ever ballistic missile attack against Americans. That attack was in retaliation for the U.S.-directed drone strike that killed Iranian General Qasem Soleimani. There are no reports of any injuries to U.S. service members. However, one American civilian contractor died of a heart attack.
Swedish police say a man armed with an axe attacked and injured 8 people in a southern Swedish town before being shot and arrested. The Prime Minister said a possible terrorist motive for today's attack was being investigated, but didn't elaborate. Investigators say they started a preliminary investigation into attempted murder with details, quote, that make us investigate any terrorist motives. The man was shot by police, who said the condition of those attacked and the suspect was not immediately known.
All right, on an absolutely beautiful Wednesday, let's get a look at your first warned weather. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti. Gary?
This is the kind of temperature graph you really like to see. Those temperatures going up, starting below 20 degrees a couple of nights ago. Last night, they only dropped into the middle 20s after getting up into the upper 30s, near 40 yesterday. And then today, temperatures hitting 50 degrees for the first time since December 23rd of last year. Now, the next 48 hours, temperatures won't be quite as mild. They'll generally be at or below 40 degrees during the day, but notice the nighttime low temperatures dipping into the upper teens. That's pretty much about it. And wind chill's not much of a factor because the winds will be pretty light. 3 things you need to know in the forecast. So temperatures will be back into the upper 30s for highs tomorrow, even though it will be partly sunny. We'll see pleasant conditions for Friday and Saturday with high temperatures right around 40. And then the really milder air starts to arrive Sunday into Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of next week with high temperatures, especially Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday at or above 50 degrees all 3 days. 6 to 10 day temperature outlook from the Climate Prediction Center calls for high probabilities of above normal temperatures over much of the eastern half of the country, including Madison. The west staying cold. But as we look at precipitation, notice that active storm track that you usually see between big differences in temperatures favors the middle part of the country, including southern Wisconsin, for above normal precipitation. We'll see a couple of systems toward the end of next week that'll bring us some showers, maybe even a thunderstorm in there. Farther out into the future, the 8 to 14 day temperature outlook shows the warmest air moving eastward and the colder air out west expanding a little bit. We'll have to see if that trend continues, but we're still looking at above normal precipitation because, again, we're in that contrast zone between the 2 different air masses. On weather track today, not much happening across the country. In the western part of the country, a storm moving into southern California, a lot of wind in Arizona today. And then out to the east, notice very little in the way of cloud cover through much of the country. That's something you don't normally see this time of year because March is usually an active month. But the jet stream has flattened out, so we're not seeing any big moves up or down as far as moisture is concerned. And temperature-wise, temperatures are colder in the north, warmer in the south, but it's more of a balancing act. As we look at weather track, there is a cold front pushing through Wisconsin. Temperatures behind the front, especially closer to Lake Michigan, have dropped off. Notice right now, Madison's still at 50, but you can see those 30s kind of coming right along the lakeshore area there. Inland, temperatures well into the 60s as far north as North Dakota, and even some 70s showing up again over Kansas and parts of Missouri. Kansas City right now, it's 70 degrees. Dew point temperatures are very low. There's very little moisture anywhere across the Midwest, so that's why we're not looking at much in the way of precipitation chances over the next few days. For tomorrow, look for partly sunny skies, but temperatures will be a little colder, back down to 37, which is about average for this time of year. The 7 to 10 day forecast, temperatures around 40 degrees for Friday and Saturday. Sunday up to 47 degrees. It'll be breezy with a shower chance from Sunday night into Monday morning, and then temperatures will be in the 50s for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of next week. Shower chances from late Tuesday into Wednesday when there could be a thunderstorm. Temperatures dropping a little bit toward the end of next week. Notice shower chances ending on Thursday morning and then coming back Friday, perhaps changing to a little bit of snow Friday night into Saturday morning of next week. As far as traffic is concerned, not seeing any big problems on the Beltline. Travel times are pretty normal. 15 minutes either way on the Beltline between University Avenue and the interstate. And heading out of Madison, it's a 25-minute commute from the Beltline into Janesville. That's your News 3 Now First Warn traffic.
Gary, thank you. And ahead on News 3 Now at 5, a big project is in store for Black and minority-owned startup businesses in Madison. How this partnership is making it possible. That's ahead at 5.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
High Point Steakhouse, Southern Wisconsin's premier supper club. You can still enjoy our award-winning steak dinners with our new takeout and delivery service. We call it the High Point Steakout. Call in your order today.
Discovering the perfect paint for your home has never been easier with Zinsser Smart Coat. Plan smart with interactive tools at smartcoat.com. Buy smart in-store or online for home delivery. And paint smart with this advanced paint and primer in one. Say hello to Zinsser Smart Coat, the next generation of intelligent paint, exclusively at Menards.
It's cold outside, but you can warm up your winter with a sweet deal from Madison Magazine. Get a 2-year subscription for only $19.95, and we'll send you a free limited edition oak mug, a $5 gift card, and gourmet hot cocoa from Madison's own infusion chocolates. But hurry, this offer ends soon. Go to madisonmagazine.com and enter OPE21 to receive this amazing deal today. Only from Madison Magazine.
There's been much debate about the Mona Lisa smile. Would it have been bigger and brighter if she'd had good dental care? Maybe if Physicians Mutual Insurance Company had been around back then, it'd be a different story. She could have gone to the dentist more, knowing she'd have help paying the bills. And those regular checkups might have found early signs of tooth decay or gum disease, costly problems that could keep anyone from smiling. Physicians Mutual offers affordable coverage that can help pay for cleanings and unexpected or expensive procedures you might need, like crowns or dentures. This is real dental insurance, not just a discount plan or for checkups only. There are no deductibles, and there's no annual maximum. Plus, you can see any dentist you want. Call or go online today for a free information kit from Physicians Mutual. Get the dental care you need to help you stay healthy. For your free information kit with all the details, call us now or go to sendinfokit.com.
It's time to upgrade your downtime. It's time for Stressless. Now at the Century House. Go from one grade of leather to a higher one for free. Or save $300 on Stressless Sunrise recliners. Don't wait. Save hundreds on Stressless comfort. At the Century House, 3420 University Avenue in Madison.
High Point Steakhouse, Southern Wisconsin's premier supper club. You can still enjoy our award-winning steak dinners with our new takeout and delivery service. We call it the High Point Steakout. Call in your order today.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
A redevelopment in South Madison aims to help minority-owned businesses thrive. A collaboration between the Urban League, Madison Community Development Authority, and the city is helping redevelop the Park Street corridor. The hub, called Village on Park, will be a 50 to 60,000 square foot building that will be 3 stories tall. Half of that space will be dedicated to retail, the other half dedicated to minority-owned startup businesses and resources.
The Business Hub will be a site which drives an entrepreneurship ecosystem and promotes the development, stabilization, and growth of Black and other minority-owned businesses, with the goal of spurring economic development in South Madison, all across the city of Madison, and across Dane County.
A $100,000 planning grant from Dane County, along with $400,000 from American Family Insurance, will help that project.
The Big Share, the annual fundraiser for numerous local nonprofits, has raised nearly $700,000. The fundraiser exceeded its goal by $200,000. The 7th annual Big Share featured virtual events and fundraising challenges on Monday and Tuesday to drive donations. A total of 4,700 people have donated so far, and it's never too late if you'd like to donate. If you want to do that, head to our website, channel3000.com. President Biden met with a bipartisan group of lawmakers to talk about what's ahead for the cancer moonshot. The issue is likely to become a focus of the president's post-pandemic health agenda. The American Cancer Society estimates there will be 1.9 million new cancer cases diagnosed in the U.S. this year, and more than 608,000 cancer deaths. It's a cause close to President Biden's heart after he lost his son Beau to brain cancer in 2015. President Biden spearheaded the Cancer Moonshot federal initiative as vice president during the Obama administration.
Stay with us. We'll have a final check of your First Warn forecast in just a moment.
It's the A1 Furniture and Mattress Instant Cashback event. Save up to 40% off store-wide. Plus, get $50 instant cash back on every $500 you spend. Take advantage of 4 years free financing with qualified purchase. Shop in-store or online. Only at A1 Furniture.
My body is truly powerful.
I have the power to lower my A1C.
Because my body can still make its own insulin.
And Trulicity activates my body to release it. Lowering my blood sugar from the first dose. Once weekly Trulicity responds when my body needs it 24/7. Trulicity is for type 2 diabetes. It's not insulin.
It isn't for people with type 1 diabetes. Don't take Trulicity if you're allergic to it. You or your family have medullary thyroid cancer or have multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2. Stop Trulicity and call your doctor right away if you have an allergic reaction, a lump or swelling in your neck, severe stomach pain, changes in vision, or diabetic retinopathy. Serious side effects may include pancreatitis. Taking Trulicity with sulfonylurea or insulin raises low blood sugar risk. Side effects include indigestion, fatigue, belly pain, decreased appetite, nausea, diarrhea, and vomiting, which can lead to dehydration and may worsen kidney problems.
I have it within me to lower my A1C.
Ask your doctor about Trulicity.
Here at TSR, we turn old, cracked garage floors like this into beautiful, tough floors like this in just one day. Hi, I'm Joey with TSR Concrete Coatings, and we design high-quality, beautiful floors that can stand up to the toughest of applications and are ridiculously easy to clean. Our floors are also covered by our exclusive warranty, giving you the peace of mind knowing that your stunning new floor is protected for life. Visit the website or call the number below for your new floor today.
I grew up working in my family's supper clubs. This is where it started with us as far as the fish that we serve at Culver's today. We source the finest cod and batter each fillet by hand and always cook it to order. That beautiful golden brown color and flaky on the inside. The fish fry is a Midwest tradition. It's about families coming together. I love bringing this tradition to guests everywhere. Mom and Dad would be proud. Welcome to Delicious.
Ready?
No.
No. Are you ready to go to sleep for real?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Guess what? You get 2 kisses. Very good. And one more for good luck.
Get instant cash back on every mattress purchase over $500 only at A1 Furniture. Save up to 40% off top name brand mattresses. Plus get instant cash back and 4 years free financing with qualified purchase. Shop in-store or online now at A1 Furniture.
Coming up on the CBS Evening News. Tonight, the U.S. Capitol under threat. The FBI warning of a possible militia plot to breach the Capitol tomorrow. The new details, including who the attackers plan to target. Plus, our series, Women in the Pandemic. As women shoulder the COVID burden, how Latina women have been especially hard hit. And bridging the digital divide. A mom's crusade to get every student in her district a laptop. That's all tonight on the CBS Evening News.
Well, let's go back to Gary with a final check of the forecast.
Beautiful afternoon out there. Temperatures right around 50. Here's a live view from the Edgewater Skycam. Madison right now at 50 degrees. Janesville actually a little cooler at 46. And notice those temperatures dropping near the Lake Michigan shoreline as colder lake cooled air moves inland. Temperatures by morning down into the middle 20s. Highs tomorrow a little bit colder at 37, back up to 40 for Friday and Saturday. 50s early next week with some rain about the middle part of the week.
All right, Gary, thanks. We're back in 30 minutes for News 3 Now at 6. CBS Evening News is next. Stay tuned.